Bonjour YouTube et bienvenue à ce 28e épisode de AI de Somnium Files. Donc, ce qu'on a appris au courant du 27e épisode, c'est que Saucédigement avait pas grand chose à nous dire. Ota, qui est à l'hôpital, a été questionné de tous les bords, de tous les côtés par Boss et par Doté. Il nous a avoué que Iris était au volant de la voiture de Renju. Et aussi, on a plongé en sync avec Ota pour voir qu'est-ce qui s'était passé lors du combat contre le Polar Bear. Et il nous a dévoilé qu'il y avait un couteau, mais pas n'importe quel couteau. On a déjà vu ce couteau dans le passé, sur le bureau de Mayumi. Est-ce que c'est à elle? On va le savoir bientôt. Bon visionnement. Ok.
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
Seriously, dude? Come on.
So sorry, Ota. Date told me to be the bad cop.
I did not.
Temper, temper.
Whatever. Anyway, Ota, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it. Your mother, Mayumi Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Why would she be? That happened at 3 a.m.
Ouais.
She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
On a trouvé le truc qu'elle a acheté, puis là, ben, le couteau on l'a pas trouvé encore, mais...
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there, but it makes it likely. The evidence is...
Oh, nice. C'est elle qui l'a acheté.
The Hodoroki man chocolate.
Yes.
The same one I showed you at the
Ça, c'est elle
hospital.
qui l'a acheté, fait que elle pouvait juste l'avoir sur elle.
I found it in the corner of the
Elle
cold
l'a
storage
acheté en même temps
warehouse.
que lui, il volait l'auto. Et qu'il aurait pas pu l'avoir.
So, that doesn't prove anything.
Mayumi's fingerprints were on the package.
What?
You have a bad poker face, Ota. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
Exact.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so were you.
Wait a minute. Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Ota?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought.
Ok.
I could tell it wasn't my mom, even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you
Ah,
covering
ben,
for her?
quand elle était dans une phase démon, probablement que ça...
Covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not.
Are you sure about that? You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse, but you're hiding that from
Le
us.
couteau.
Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
I am not.
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway? What do you think I'm hiding?
Qu'est-ce que tu caches? C'est-tu le temps de ça? Yes.
The kitchen knife with a floral
C'est toi qui l'avais
pattern.
donné.
Mom, I love you always is carved on the
Exact.
handle.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
I knew it.
Bon. Fait que ça pine dans sa mère sur un méchant tête, ça.
No, my mom didn't do it.
Who's our prey, Mongol?
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because I know how it looks. I thought Mom would get accused. And then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that. And
And?
Mom never liked Tessa. So maybe, just maybe,
Ça pourrait être un motif.
Mom hired someone to kill Tessa. And she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way. Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
Yeah, I agree.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Iris. Because
Because... Attends un peu. Oh.
A video camera and laptop were discovered in the warehouse. Either could have been left by the criminals, but determining the owner through purchase history will be no fingerprints were picked up either.
Il y a deux véhicules.
2 cars were parked in front of the warehouse.
Ah oui. Elle avait pas de véhicule.
One was the van owned by the Matsushita family. Ota's fingerprints were detected on the driver's seat and steering wheel. Iris's fingerprints were detected on the...
Elle achetait en même
The
temps
other
que lui,
car
c'est
was
il
a
volait.
station wagon. Yesterday at 10:33 p.m., it was parked at the Famisto
Mais comment
along
ça s'est
Koshu
rendu là?
Highway. Ota explained his reasoning for stealing the... He claims that while he was inside the Famisto, someone took off with the van with Iris. Ota decided to steal the station wagon parked nearby to give pursuit.
Okay.
Ota searched for the van in his stolen...
Ça, je disais.
Our investigation determined that Iris and the van were taken 1 minute before Ota stole the station
Exact.
wagon. This puts the incident occurring at 10:32 p.m.
Non, c'est ça. Juste ça, ça l'est pas assez. Ça pis ça. Parce qu'elle achetait ça en même temps.
The Matsushita's van was stolen from the parking lot of the Famisto while Iris was in the
Right.
car. That was yesterday, 10:32 p.m. 1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away,
Fait que c'est pas elle
Mayumi
qui a
bought the
kidnappé.
Odoroki man chocolate. She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras at the
Exact.
store. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van, and that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next to impossible.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
What?
You said it yourself. She could have hired someone to commit the crime.
Effectivement.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear from Mayumi herself. I need to hear her explain the chocolate, the knife. There's a lot to cover. I'm gonna head to Matsushita Diner.
What? Hey, wait a minute!
Don't worry. I'm not going there to arrest her. I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Ah, comment il va pouvoir faire ça?
Really?
Yes.
You won't arrest her?
Your mother wouldn't kill anyone. Right, Ota?
Thank you, Date.
Ok. Fait qu'on est au Matsushita Diner.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita, but I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
Mais c'est vraiment des
I
mondes.
finally
Oh
remembered
boy.
about the warehouse. I did it.
What? Drette de même. Bang!
I did everything.
Quoi? Ou qui protège, coudonc? Est-ce quelqu'un qui était là voir entre-temps? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? On est rendu mardi. Ok, c'est louche. C'est vraiment louche.
I didn't do this last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've slept on it?
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest, I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
Exact. Elle protège quelqu'un, je suis
it's
sûr à
true.
100%.
I kidnapped that witch. I took her to the warehouse and
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball out?
yes,
And the polar bear costume?
I bought it through mail order.
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's
Ok,
right.
cool.
Date, the criminal has confessed. Arrest her
Pourquoi t'es
immediately.
aussi rapide que ça, toi?
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that.
I heard that she used to be an actress.
Sounds about right.
T'es celle qui s'est habillée, toi. Qui a pas regardé ton propre fils.
You were in the polar bear costume, right? Well, that means you stabbed him.
Yes, I stabbed
Je la
him
crois pas, 2 secondes.
with the knife I brought from home. I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just...
C'est trop facile! Ça se peut pas! Pourquoi t'as kidnappé Iris? Clairement, elle doit être menacée, c'est clair.
My son is under that
C'est
witch's
clair que
spell.
le gars, je dis le gars, ça peut être une fille aussi, là. Mais le meurtrier ou la meurtrière, t'es la revoir là, pour la menacer pis tout, que s'il disait quoi, elle disait quoi que ce soit, il tuait Ota ou quelque chose de ça.
merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding
Yeah,
him dry.
right.
I
Right.
wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to
Ça,
save
c'est
him.
tellement le motif parfait, tu sais. Pourquoi t'as pris son œil?
Because I just hated her so
Ça fait
much.
pas avec les deux autres.
Killing her wasn't enough.
Pourquoi t'as voulu streamer online? Le diffuser online?
Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about
Ouais,
online
c'est ça.
streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but
Could you explain
Ouais,
it to me?
je me dis, c'est quoi?
huh?
Step by step. Just tell me
Moi,
what
comment
you
t'as fait
did.
pour le faire?
I can't explain it in words.
Right.
It's more like
Muscle memory, ben oui,
muscle
ben
memory.
oui.
I was able to get it working after trying a few times, that's all.
Aussi que t'as eu la caméra pis le laptop.
I picked them out of the garbage.
Which garbage?
Mhm.
I don't remember. It's true, I planned the whole thing.
T'as planifié le tout, pis tu as pogné ton streaming, ton équipement de diffusion dans les poubelles. Right. Propos du Cyclops killing.
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami and Renju
Oh,
Okiura.
elle sait?
That's right.
Elle a dit des kills.
Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out. Same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the same person. So this person in the polar bear costume, they are the new Cyclops killer. And you're telling me that person is you? You killed Shoko and
Ouais, c'est pas aucun
Renju?
sens. Pourquoi t'aurais...
Yes,
C'est
I
quoi ton
killed
motif de
them.
tuer ces deux-là? C'est quoi ton motif?
Isn't Renju Okiura the president of that awful company where the witch works?
Okay.
He's just as responsible. Using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. And I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate. That man is the root of all evil. That's why I killed him.
Pourquoi Shoko?
Renju's ex-wife, right?
Pour rapport à Renju?
I did it to
Ouais,
get to
c'est
him.
ça.
But the two divorced
Ça
4
fait
years
longtemps qu'ils sont plus
ago.
ensemble.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
In your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really starting to aggravate me. I answered your questions, so there.
Ah, ouais. Ah, ouais, en tout cas. Quand et comment tu l'as tué?
Well, I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? Do you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder. I don't always remember everything.
Hey!
It's not my
Elle se
fault.
rappelle qu'elle a un problème de mémoire.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
There are times I remember and times I don't remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular.
Elle est pas fait pour de répondre, même si ça tient pas toujours, effectivement.
There are circumstances that might cause selective memory. For whatever reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind. This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
Ok. Puis pourquoi tu nous mens? Come on.
I am not lying.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I killed Shoko and Renju, and I tried to cut that demon witch in half.
Date, there's no point in letting this go on.
Non, 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 non.
She's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
On va pas rentrer dans sa tête à elle.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer. I am.
Non.
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If Mayumi was at the scene before Ota,
She may have seen the criminal's
Oui.
face.
You know what I'm going to say, right?
Psych with her.
Date, sync with her.
Non, man. Syncer avec quelqu'un qui a des problèmes de mémoire, ça risque d'être troublant. Elle veut protéger qui? J'en ai aucune espèce d'idée. Quelqu'un qui est cher, en tout cas.
Pewter, we're going to sync with Mayumi Matsushita. Prepare the machine.
What happened?
The sync machine isn't operating to capacity. Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture. To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard.
Ok.
And now, it's not responding.
Ça tombe tellement bien.
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours, at least.
You've got 8.
That's impossible.
Ah, t'aurais dû dire 32.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
But we need to, or this investigation is going nowhere.
Date, I suggest we go to Matsushita
Pourquoi?
Diner. We may be able to find some clues.
Good idea.
Ou on peut juste aller à l'usine. Ok, j'ai laissé le boss puis Peter le savoir.
Pewter, we're counting on you for those
Oh,
repairs.
c'est devenu comme blanc, genre comme si c'était un lock qu'on a peut-être déverrouillé.
I'll be back in 6 hours.
But you said 8.
Elle vient encore diminuer.
Please, you have to give me at least 8.
That Pewter, always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Oh wow, c'est parfait.
Yeah, Pewter is just that kind of guy, you know?
Hey, this is a hostile work
Oh
environment.
wow, c'est parfait. Oh. Pauvre Pewter. Pauvre Pewter, man. Obligé de faire ça en 10 heures au lieu de 16. On vient de diminuer ça par 10 heures.
Why would Mayumi lie?
Ouais, qui veut protéger?
She is probably protecting someone.
But who?
Surely you know by now.
Attends. Imagine si c'était toute une scène.
There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that
Imagine
badly.
si c'était toute une scène. Que Ota sort de la séquence de la caméra pour enlever le costume, va arrêter, fait comme s'il se bat. Mayumi arrive, le knife. Je sais pas quoi, imaginez. Boum.
It's Ota.
It has to
Does Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
be. Last night, Ota left Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the
C'est qui
culprit.
aurait kidnappé Iris?
Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is
Ah, ok.
responsible for everything.
C'est à cause de lui que l'autre est pogné. Oh my god.
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
Yes.
Why would he do that?
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts.
Un crime passionnel, comme qu'on avait dit l'autre fois, ça serait pas drôle.
What do you think about the possibility that Ota is the new Cyclops killer?
Impossible.
Why?
Le van.
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
There is a chance that Iris was not in the passenger seat.
Elle aurait été. C'est elle. Non, mais non. Ouais.
She could have been driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the
Mais il n'y avait pas
warehouse.
ses empreintes
The
digitales.
forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the
À
wheel.
part si elle portait des gants ou quelque chose.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves.
Ok. Elle avait son œil de sorte. Ouais.
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
Faudrait être malade, man, pour réussir à faire ça.
What?
Or even asked Ota to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
Il y a propos du polar bear pis Ota, hein.
In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear.
That was just a dream. It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
Ok.
In short, Ota and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
Je sais pas à quel point je peux croire ça.
Iris drove the Matsushida's van. Ota drove the station wagon.
Ouais.
They went to the warehouse separately. Then, they prepared the live stream.
C'est sûr qu'Iris elle a des connaissances pour le live stream. En même temps.
Iris anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Ota to extract it. After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Ota donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider this. In the stream, Ota and the polar bear were never on screen at the
c'est
same
ça.
time.
Imagine si quand Ota s'est stable, il a perdu un peu connaissance, puis ça a fait en sorte. Ah non, ça peut pas marcher. Mais il y aurait eu du sang. Non. Dans l'autre version, on a vu que Iris s'est fait couper en deux.
That means Ota went off camera, took off the costume, and
Parce que
then...
le gars en costume est revenu. En tout cas.
Stay away from Tessa!
Il n'y a pas grand place pour se cacher
Perhaps
là.
Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Yes, but this is only a theory.
Pourquoi qu'il ferait ça?
Consider the possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renji.
Ok.
Then, this whole thing was to get her off the suspects
Exact.
list. That's why she pulled out her eye and had Ota stab himself. It makes it look like there's another criminal involved.
I will repeat myself in saying that this is only a theory. It is one of many possibilities.
It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. They wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
Ouais.
Date, you must consider the mental state of the serial killer. Shoko and Renju were both exposed and
Displayed on.
displayed. And they both had their left eye removed while they were still alive. Whoever our killer is, it is clear that they are sociopathic or even psychotic.
We can't rule anything out.
Peut-être que la tumeur au cerveau de Iris fait en sorte qu'elle ressent rien, comme l'autre il disait. Ça se pourrait, ça aussi. C'est weird. C'est vraiment weird. Mais on s'approche. On s'approche tranquillement pas vite. Puis j'ai l'impression que mec on débloque les locks, ça va aller vite.
Why are you...
Là, il est là, ouais.
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her! Why?
Il va-tu avouer? Comment Nota? Avoue-nous ce qui s'est passé. Il est pas content. Ça va.
Okay? How could I be okay? I got stabbed by a serial killer!
Right.
Easy, kid. You're gonna open up your stitches.
Ok. Pourquoi t'es ici?
When I was in the hospital, the police came to me.
Okay.
They told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station. But because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her.
Sir.
After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital. That's why I'm here.
Ok. Fait du sens. C'est pas comme si c'était la scène d'arrestation.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
C'est elle qui reste là, hein.
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes, but as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's
C'est sûr
lying.
qu'elle ment. Bien sûr, c'est sûr.
So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying. Mom didn't do it. She's
Pourquoi il est si
innocent.
convaincu que sa mère l'a pas faite? Parce que c'est lui qui l'a fait? C'est-tu Iris?
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our suspects list.
Théorie qu'elle va venir de construire.
No way! Tessa had her eye.
She could have pulled it out herself. Or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that? I was fighting for my life against the criminal!
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something, would it, Ota?
You...
Est-ce que tu l'as stagé tout cet incident-là?
I'm telling you I didn't!
Then why is
Ouais, c'est
Mayumi
ça.
protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently, she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has... dementia. Maybe her memory is just mixed up.
À propos de son dementia.
Everything is my fault. It's because of me that
Mais voyons.
Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good. You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park
Ouais,
would
c'est ce
stop
qu'on
here a
avait
lot.
dit tantôt.
But ever since the explosion
Plus
8
rien qui
years
a marché,
ago...
vous avez été obligé de fermer.
The chemical
Ouais.
plant accident?
Yeah, we're just barely outside of the restricted area, but because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers
Yes, sir.
dropped by a lot. The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain
Okay.
during the day, and he was a security guard and traffic cop at night.
Oh boy.
Mom worked as a janitor. They were both working hard and barely got any sleep.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time. I was such a dumbass. I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job. And they bought me a PC and idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt.
Il est endetté?
There's a loan on the house and the
Oh.
diner. Mom and Dad didn't let
Fait que
this
ça
place
pourrait
go.
être littéralement... ça pourrait être un front pour les Kamakuras pour eux.
There are too many memories here to give
Imagine
it
si
up.
c'est eux autres qui nous ont prêté l'argent.
So they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started,
Pas ouais, ouais. Ça
Passed
pas
away.
bon, hein.
yeah, he had a heart attack from overwork. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me. Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay. Even when I told her I was going to drop out. Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of
Et
college.
ça a dû faire un choc.
What? Why do you want to do that,
Ils se sont
Ota?
sacrifiés tout le long pour ça.
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
Wow, a writer. Oh, that's a good goal to have. But you really should finish college. You worked so hard to get in.
You don't understand, Mom. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity. I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Is that right? Well, Ota, if you say so, I won't stop you. Do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. I know you can do it. And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay? Forever and ever. I'll always support you, Ota.
Oh boy. Ah ouais, il a clairement menti à propos du editor.
Yeah, how do you guess? It was really just a few texts back and forth, but I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer because of that. But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer.
Okay.
I've never even finished writing a novel. Not even once. I always give up after the first 5,000 words. To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that. But Mom, she kept supporting me.
Quand est-ce que sa maladie a commencé? Oups.
Not long after I quit college, Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally.
Pas drôle, ça.
One day,
Oh, what's wrong, Ota? Do you have the day off from
Oh
school?
boy, ok, ouais.
are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Sorry. Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me!
Ouf. Il doit le regretter, là.
Mom got sick because I'm such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care of her. I was so stupid, I didn't realize she was sick. I thought she was messing with me. I was so cruel to her for no reason. And she got worse and worse.
À propos de la photo. Pourquoi?
What's that picture?
C'est la même que l'autre nous a montré. Et il nous l'a montré, fine. C'est la même.
Looking at this photo reminds
Je me demande
me.
pourquoi que le père a toujours le spot dans le fond.
One time, when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and they scolded me for it. And it's not like it was an apology or anything, but Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day gift. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from. Why did it turn out like this? I'm such a bad son.
C'est juste moi qui le vois pas de la bonne façon parce que c'est une casquette en réalité. Ça peut tellement être juste ça. J'avais l'impression qu'il manquait une partie de la photo à cause du spot genre gris au-dessus de la tête, mais j'ai l'impression que c'est peut-être juste une casquette.
Hey, Iba.
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit, but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
Your presumption is illogical.
Human beings are illogical. We're not like you AI. We can't be logical all the time, but we make up for it in one very important way.
What is that?
Intuition.
Do you find that useful?
At times. Iba, let's go back to the cold storage warehouse. We might be missing something.
Tout se ramène là.
Understood.
C'est vraiment une casquette kill. Je sais pas. Ok, on y retourne. De plus en plus, on tourne alentour du criminel qui a fait ça. On commence à mettre le doigt sur plein de petites affaires alentour.
Date, weren't you going to check the warehouse?
Non.
I was, but a thought occurred to me. Iba, are you sure that Ota took this car?
As I've already explained, the security cameras at the Famisto parking lot
Right.
saw the entire incident clearly.
So it was definitely Ota who drove it here.
Why are you stating the obvious?
Ok.
Iba, who drove the van here?
There are two possibilities, either Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris.
And Mayumi?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be all. The van was hijacked from the Famisto parking lot
C'est
at
ce qu'on disait tantôt.
10:32 p.m. At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away.
We found the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold storage, but that doesn't prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station wagon.
Of course, a different
Ok, puis
car.
où l'autre auto?
I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning.
Ok, elle s'est connectée au système, puis elle a commencé sa recherche. Il y a eu un résultat.
Found one hit.
Un taxi.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
At Lemniscate?
Pourquoi qu'il est là?
Why?
Unknown, but we should speak with the driver immediately.
What? On se rapproche d'une autre personne. Mardi, 1h36 PM, Lemniscate.
Hey, got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
Tout moi?
Moi?
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxi
Ok,
cab
pourquoi
driver.
t'es ici?
There we go.
I'm with the police. I have some questions for you.
De où tu viens? Tu viens de où?
I was born in Kawago, Saitama.
And why do you talk like that?
I don't know what you mean. I've spoken this way all my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular.
Ok, qu'est-ce que tu fais ici?
I have just finished conveying my client from Tameke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this
Ça fait
lobby.
du sens, c'est vrai. À propos de Mayumi. Ok, il y a eu une photo de Mayumi par Abyss. Il a montré. Good.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Oh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old hag.
Oh mon dieu.
Old hag.
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo.
Ok.
Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Reported?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi.
Ok. On va y décrire ce qui s'est passé avec Mayumi.
I recall it was around 10 in the evening. Near the Kawasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up the old hag. And as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me. Follow that van, hurry! I must admit, I found it rather exciting, just like an old chase film. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
J'ai une petite affaire trop vite.
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that.
Mais
In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van. So I decided to drive past
ok,
it.
puis c'est pour ça que ce sont pas stationnés au devant du parking lot. Pas du parking lot, mais du 8-12.
I parked at the 8 store,
Right.
but 100 yards from there, while waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move. The old hag suddenly spoke up. I have to buy something, she declared, then made her way into the 8.
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki man chocolate.
Il l'a un
A
peu
few minutes
innocenté en
later,
même temps.
the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out. And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Oto was left behind at the
Exact.
Famisto.
Mayumi thought Ota was in the van the whole time.
Y a-tu vu le driver?
We then arrived at a splendid
manoir?
manor. The van entered the premises through the front gate and disappeared from view. We, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10 minutes passed.
Pas le manoir de Sosejima.
The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kawasaki district. The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow. But I was not about to risk
Ah,
my
c'est ça.
license and
S'il est checké, il
livelihood.
ira pas.
Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout.
Ok.
About 45 minutes later, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on
Hey,
Monday.
il sait tout, lui.
How do you remember
Ouais,
the
c'est
time
ça.
so well?
Ça.
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station. I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor. Thus, I can approximate the time.
I see. Please continue.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street. And thus, we again made pursuit. I kept considerable distance. We had come so far, I did not want to get caught
Probablement
now.
que son œil avait déjà été retiré rendu là.
But my caution backfired.
I lost sight of the van in the Ariake warehouse. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouses. I waited for some time, but the old hag did not return. The goose was cooked at this point, so I made the decision to return home. I am glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in
Effectivement.
advance.
Dernière question.
I follow your story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van
Exact.
stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that residence.
Sojima.
It is the personal home of Congressman So Sajima.
Sajima? Why did the van go to So's house?
We need to speak with him immediately.
Agreed. Let's move.
Oh boy. Techniquement, c'est lui la prochaine victime. J'espère qu'il est pas déjà mort. Ok, fait que là on est rendu à 2h21 PM. Il était mort quoi? À quelle heure là? Ouais. Je m'en rappelle pas exactement. Il est peut-être déjà mort.
There's no one here.
Dans le vase. C'est ce que je me rappelle.
Indeed.
I don't see So or his bodyguards.
I do not detect them either.
Let's go inside.
C'est pas normal. C'était bien drôle ça comme ça.
Hey, Iba. Do you smell something funny?
Ah, il est déjà mort.
You are aware that I do not possess the sense of smell,
Effectivement.
correct?
Oh, right.
Il est dans le vase.
There's something strange about this vase.
Regarde comment il est scellé en plus.
What is it?
This is definitely where the smell is coming from.
Is there something
Oui.
inside?
Saucé de jument en morceaux.
Maybe, but the opening is covered by a metal plate.
The lid is fixed with a bolt. It will not open easily.
Yeah.
Then, as is standard procedure,
What the?
Dans l'autre, on avait eu le call comme de quoi qui avait été tué puis qui avait été mis là, mais on n'avait pas vu le meurtre encore. Là, on vient de le voir. Yeah boy.
Date, destroy the vase!
Hey, wow, minute.
Got it.
Il est en morceaux. Ça donne rien de détruire la vase. Ouais, oh, ok, effectivement. Oh, il a pris un rerun, ça fait. Oh non, c'est son gun à lui, ok, good. Il a son œil de retiré.
So Sajima?
Oh, damn! Il est coupé en morceaux en maudit. Le vase, des fragments du vase. Le scroll. Man! Ça, c'est violent sur un méchant temps. Il n'y a rien d'autre dans la pièce. Rien d'autre qui attire mon attention. La table, ok. La chaise. Fine. L'armoire, non, il n'y a rien à interroger là. Ah, ben, qu'est-ce que je peux interroger d'autre? Là, la tête.
That is the head of So Sajima.
Left eye is hollowed out.
This is most likely a crime committed by the new Cyclops
Encore.
killer.
Mais cette fois-là, il l'a caché.
Do you have an estimated time of death?
Today, sometime between 11 a.m.
Ouais, ça
and
fait 3
noon.
heures qu'il est là. Ça fait 3 heures qu'il est là-dedans. Oh, boy, ça doit puer.
That's about when I was talking to Ota at Matsushita Diner.
Fait que c'est pas lui qui a commis le meurtre.
At that time, Mayumi was in
C'est
police
pas elle non
custody
plus.
and Iris was in the ICU
Par contre,
of
c'est qui la
Central
protège?
Hospital. They have not moved.
That means Ota, Mayumi, and Iris couldn't possibly have committed the
Exact.
crime. Assuming that this is the work of a single killer, those three can be eliminated from the list of suspects.
Ota, Mayumi, and Iris are not the new Cyclops killer.
Right. By the way, why is there no one
Ah,
in
c'est
the
ça, il est
match?
coupé, il y a personne. Ils sont où,
No
ces bodyguards?
bodyguards, no housekeepers.
I do not know.
Does So have family?
So Sajima's wife died in labor 30 years ago, giving birth to their son. Their son is currently living abroad.
So lived here alone?
Do you find that suspicious?
No, just...
Date, A call from Pewter.
Connect me.
Date, the sync machine is up and running. You can sync with Mayumi.
Bon, ça donne rien.
Oh, thanks,
Pourquoi ça donne de
Peter.
quoi de...
But there are more
Oh,
pressing
exact.
matters now.
Did something happen?
Yeah, I found So Sajima's body, with the left eye hollowed out.
What?
I'm at the Sajima household. Send the investigation team over.
Why so?
I can answer your questions when I get back to Abyss.
Got it.
Oh, man.
Date, what is your plan? Wait until crime scene investigation arrives?
No, there's something I need to do. If that taxi driver was telling the truth, Mayumi was at the warehouse yesterday. And we know the chocolate we found at the scene was hers. Maybe she saw something. Maybe she knows something
Ah
we
ouais, il va
don't.
avoir vraiment sync avec elle.
Some kind of clue or information about the culprit.
Then,
Yeah,
Oh,
gonna sync with Mayumi.
damn. Wow, je m'attendais pas à ça. Ok, il est 3h09 PM, le mardi.
Date, a large-scale investigation of So Sajima has already
Okay.
begun. At this very moment, the media is already
T'es sûr?
swarming
C'est un
outside
politicien
the
qui s'est fait
building.
tuer.
really?
T'es sûr?
Doesn't matter. The sync is what's important. If we sink into Mayumi's brain, that might help us find the real culprit.
I understand. Are you ready?
Est-ce
Yeah.
qu'on est prêt?
Then let's begin.
Ok. Elle est où?
where am I?
Mayumi?
Where is this?
Elle est perdue dans sa propre conscience, c'est pas évident.
Oh, silly
manque-
me. This is my house.
Il manque des bouts à cause de ses pertes de mémoire.
Huh? What happened to me?
C'est clair qu'elle voulait protéger... En fait,
This is Matsushita Diner, though it looks odd. Likely an effect of the
elle a voulu
dementia.
protéger son fils probablement parce qu'elle a été menacée de qu'elle ait tué son fils.
Then we need to help remind her.
Do you think such a thing can be done?
This diner means everything to Mayumi. If we do what we did last time and reproduce the actions from Mayumi's memories, we could help her remember everything.
Is this what you call your intuition?
Told you it was useful.
Well, if we must.
Scan,
Somnium scan.
activate.
Activate.
Ok. C'est sa perte de mémoire, c'est son autre perte de mémoire. C'est ça, on va reconstruire sa mémoire. C'est tout, c'est les pertes de mémoire, les mental lock. Regarde ça. Ok, fine. Fine. Ouais, c'est ça, ok. Reproduire ses actions du passé pour y débloquer la mémoire. Suite à tout ça, il y a plusieurs questions qui nous restent en tête. Qui est-ce que Mayumi essaie de protéger comme ça? Est-ce vraiment Ota? Est-ce quelqu'un d'autre? Qui a découpé Sosejima puis qui l'a mis dans un vase encore dans cette ligne du temps? Est-ce qu'on va tout savoir ça avec le psyng qu'on est en train de faire avec Mayumi? Est-ce qu'on va vraiment réussir à réparer des trous de mémoire dans le Somnium? Ça reste à voir dans un futur épisode. Sur ce, je vous dis merci d'avoir écouté cet épisode et je vous dis à la prochaine. Bye bye.